Hey there guys, JasonRelaxation back with another video. Just thought I'd do my top 15 movies I watched as a kid, and I can still watch these movies today without a problem. Now, when you were a kid and you kept on getting out of bed when it was your bedtime, and they would tell you to stay in bed or the monsters from underneath the bed will come and get you. I'm sure somebody's had somebody tell them that before. I know if I've had that done before. And that's where this movie takes place. This is the reality of that. It's called Little Monsters. It stars Fred Savage, Ben Savage, his brother, and plays his brother in in the movie and in real life, obviously. And Howie Mandel. Basically, the Howie Mandel character brings Fred Savage's character down underneath the bed, and to get along, they become friends and pull pranks on the bullies from school. So it's a good movie. I would definitely check it out. Number 14. I didn't think this would be possible to make it into a movie, but a guy trying to find his bike. Pee Wee Herman Big Adventure. Pee Wee Big Adventure, whatever I want to call it. Basically he goes, he rides his bike at the beginning. He changes it out like massively. Like I don't know where he gets all these chains from, but he goes inside, he buys like a horn or something, he comes back out, the bike's gone. So that's where the movie takes place. He goes all over, he goes to Hollywood, he mocks movies. There is some comedy. But anybody who watched the Pee Wee show on Saturday mornings pretty much watch this because of that. Number 13, Ghostbusters 2. Yes, they made a sequel from the classic original one, and Ghostbusters 2 I thought was really well done. I enjoyed it. When I was a kid, we went to the theater, and most kids at the theater were turning their heads because they didn't want to see the pink slime. I didn't have a problem with it. I could still watch that movie today, no problem. I really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out. Great comedy. I had most of the characters when I was a kid. So, yeah, go for it. Number 12, Ninja Turtles 2. This probably would have ranked higher on my list. It was not as good as the first one, but way better than number 3. It would have ranked higher but it didn't because of the fact that Vanilla Ice was in it and he started busting out a ninja after being freaked because these guys were wearing these green outfits. Which I have to give credit for them for the Turtles. Whoever was playing them, they did a good job dancing around. Okay, number 11, Gremlins 2. I enjoyed this movie probably more than the first one, for me anyway. But the first one actually is better in most eyes, but I enjoyed the second one better. Gremlins 2 takes place in New York. There's great acting. They had more characters in it, obviously. Phoebe takes the wrong gremlin home. And that's where it starts. So they take over the building and they try to find a way to get the building back. And it's really good. You guys definitely gotta check it out if you haven't already. That's Gremlins 2 for number 11. Number 10, Home Alone 2. This movie was longer than the first one. However, not as good, but I still enjoyed it. Macaulay Culkin gets to the airport, mistakes another guy for his dad after changing batteries in his Talk Boy, and ends up on the wrong plane. But runs into the same guys, the Sticky Bandits or Wet Bandits, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern. They run him down and they set a bunch of booby traps in this house, which, if you haven't already seen it, is a total replica of the first house. Gremlins, the first movie, is number 9. Another great movie, a lot of comedy in this one. It's another movie that actually, working with these little characters. I thought the movie was good. It probably would have ranked higher, but I'm sorry guys, Gremlins is number 9. Number 8, I haven't seen this movie since since I saw it at the drive-in, and that's E.T. So, long story short, an alien gets to Earth and he's got to find his way home, and people try to help him out. Number 7. Now this is the first movie. It's another movie I saw at the drive-in, and it actually stands out from the rest of this list, just because of the fact that it's the first movie that I saw that real people were working with cartoon characters. This is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, I decided to throw it in there because, like I said, it's the first movie that I saw that actors were working with cartoon characters, and I've never seen that before. So that's why I threw it on the list. Number 6, I probably would have enjoyed this movie if I was older when I watched it, but because I watched it when I was a kid, The Breakfast Club. This movie was almost like Pee-wee's Big Adventure in a way, because they made that a movie with him chasing a bike. This is a movie where they just get sent into they all get in trouble at school, then they have to go back for detention on a Saturday from 7 to 5 or some bullshit. And they basically just sit in the library. The whole movie is basically filmed in the library. So, you know, it's a good movie. If you haven't checked it out, you know, give it a chance. I still enjoy it to today. I really like Judd Nelson's character in this. He plays Bender. He totally just trashes Molly Ringwald in this whole movie. Well, he basically trashes everybody, but Molly Ringwald's the main character. The first movie had to be on the list, obviously. It's Home Alone. Way better than the second one. And the 3 and 4 are just trash, sorry. But number 1, you know, it's this movie. It actually wasn't supposed to be a Christmas movie type deal, but because the director, or I think it was Christopher Columbus that did it, or Chris Columbus, whatever you want to call him, he was doing a movie with lots of reds and greens, and then they decided, hey, let's make this movie just, you know, a Christmas type movie. So that's how it happened. Really well done. I enjoyed it. There's nothing really wrong that I can find in this one. Number 4, the original Ghostbusters. Now, if you were growing up in the 80s and you saw Ghostbusters, you pretty much had some characters like I did. I had all the Ghostbusters. I had Slimer, had Stay Puft. My friend had the car. You know, just a great movie. I didn't have any issues with it. I do hope to make a third one, so we'll see what happens with that. Stop being so stubborn, Bill Murray. Anyways, moving on to number 3, Back to the Future. Now, this movie put the DeLorean on the map as a fucking awesome car, like with Gun into 88 type deal. Basically, this kid runs into this professor or doc, and they go back in time to save their parents' marriage or something. You know, they had the shoes where you just like push a button and the laces just tie up, which we should still have those soon. I think those would be fucking awesome. And the little wakeboard he was on that was just all over the place, so that was cool. So number 3 was Back to the Future. Number 2. Yes, number 2. Now, if you were a kid in the 80s, this movie had the most hype, no doubt. You couldn't see them for the first like 10 minutes in the movie. You saw them on the poster, just with their heads sticking out. So basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the first Ninja Turtle movie. This movie it was just good, you know. Like, I didn't have any problems with it, you know. I didn't really like the Raphael scene with Splinter. That was kind of dragged on a little bit. But besides that, I enjoyed it. It was it's a good movie, and it makes number 2 on my list. Number 1 has action, adventure, comedy, and so much more. This movie came out in '85. This is The Goonies. Yes, The Goonies has made my number 1 movie. Because no matter how many times I could watch this, I do not hope there were talks about making a sequel or a rehash of it. Don't touch it. This movie's a classic. It's almost 30 fucking years old. Oh, man. If you haven't seen The Goonies, something wrong with you for sure. Goonies kicks ass. Definitely watch that. Definitely watch the rest of these movies. Check them out. And that's it for me. So if you guys want to do a video response or just list your favorites, Or if you disagree with me, tell me what movies what movies you recommend, and maybe I'll check them out. So thanks for watching, guys.